So, Johnny Somali, Ramzi Khalid Ismail, Johnny Somali, as he's known. He has been, if you don't know who this guy is, well, brilliant, because this guy's mental. He is a genetic dead end. He is effectively walking piles of detritus that has been formed into a facsimile of a human. That sort of puts it into perspective what kind of dysgenic, disgusting douche canoe he is. However, just to bring people up to speed, he's a streamer that effectively goes around being an obnoxious arsehole. He's done it in multiple countries, but he seems to have met the final boss, and that is South Korea. So he walked around, did loads of awful things, and South Korea's like, you're not leaving the country. We're going to take your passport, and you're going to be on trial. Yeah. Well, that trial has been happening, and boy howdy, they want 3 years in jail, 3 years in prison, with hard labour for Johnny Somali. Now, actually, he's getting off lightly with that. He could have been going down for multiple years. Like, 3 years is actually quite a light run that he could have had. But boy, this is, I mean, I'm loving it. I'm here for it, quite frankly. You know, if anyone deserves it, it's him. So we've got two articles to take a look at, and this is the chap in question. Again, walking genetic dead end. But massively comical. So here's the latest. I've been doing quite a few updates on this as you know, as the sort of weeks and months have gone by, and I'm here for it. So streamer Johnny Somali, real name Ramzi Khalid Ismail, and no, he's not actually Somalian. People like to say that he is. He's not. He's American, although clearly not, you know, ethnically. He's facing a long time in prison with forced labour. Yeah. 3 years with hard labour. That's what the prosecutors are pushing for. So back in 2024, after being arrested on trips to Japan and Israel, Johnny Somali, real name Ramzi Khalid Ismail, travelled to South Korea in the next chapter of his streaming career. Just like with his experiences in other countries, the American was arrested after several problematic incidents, including causing chaos in a 7-Eleven, disrupting a bus, blasting North Korean propaganda, and more. And one of the main things that he did, which was really actually quite disgusting, was he disrespected, however you want to call it, the comfort women statues. Now, comfort women these statues were basically to commemorate the forced prostitution by the Japanese Empire, the Japanese imperialists of South Koreans, which is awful, obviously. But he desecrated them, disrespected, whatever. And that was perhaps one of the biggest things that he did. And it was awful, you know, the awful things to do. Clearly these people take that history, or that part of their history, very, very serious. And you know what? When you're in another country, just show some goddamn respect. It's actually not that difficult. I know globalism has told you that we're all the same. But no, certain parts of the world are not globalists, and they hold their heritage and history very dear. And he has met the final boss, and that is South Koreans. So Ismail pleaded guilty to quite a few of these offences. He desperately tried to get deepfake charges dismissed after allegedly distributing AI videos featuring Korean creators. One of them was Bong Bong, I think is the name. So on February 27, 2026, Johnny Somali, who went viral for being KO'd by a Navy SEAL, so funny. If you haven't watched it, watch that video. It's brilliant. Just get knocked the fuck out by a Navy SEAL. Anyway, returned to court to make closing arguments, which have not gone down very well at all. So Johnny Somali reportedly offends the judge and actually blamed the South Korean legal system. Brilliant. Brilliant. Well done. What are you doing? What are you doing, mate? I mean, I'm here for it. I don't really care, but you'd have thought that you would have had a bit more prudence than to offend South Koreans. Quite nationalist people, to be honest. Idiot. So according to YouTuber and lawyer Legal Mindset, Somali issued an apology in which he claimed to be held captive in Korea for a year and a half. No, mate, you are facing trial. And you also weren't held that captive, mate. You're drinking and going around being a nuisance whilst your trial was pending. Are you retarded or something? Well, clearly he is. Anyway, so he said this. I did some foolish things under the influence of alcohol. Not an excuse, but okay. And I realised the consequences. You will. I sincerely apologise for this. Having been born and raised in the United States, I did not realise how serious the consequences of these actions, which would not be illegal in the United States, could be in Korea. I mean, no, some of these things are illegal in the United States. What are you talking about? Disrupting a 7-Eleven in the way that you did, yeah, that would still be illegal in the United States. Idiot. Somali then reportedly took issue with the deepfake charges, noting how another Korean streamer, Bong Bong, shared the same videos. The law is unfair, since the police didn't do anything when I tried to report Bong Bong, and I'm asking for the law to apply it fairly. I'm still young, and I want to see my family and go home. Please show me leniency. Nah, mate. Nah, mate. Anyway, Legal Mindset claims that the judge was baffled by this and wasn't having any of the argument. The prosecution then followed up by recommending some serious punishments against the streamer. The prosecutor recommended 3 years in prison with labour, a maximum fine of just over $100, and that he is placed on the sex offender registry, which may even impact him once he returns to America. And failing to register in the US could result in more consequences. You're at the find out part of the equation, mate. Brilliant. He's set to be sentenced during his next hearing on April 15th, after the judge refused his request to be sentenced quickly. The process is the punishment. He's going through an awful punishment right now. This process is part of the punishment. This case comes as streamers across the globe are facing major punishments for their antics on live broadcast. Notably, Vitali spent nearly 300 days behind bars in the Philippines after antagonising residents, stealing, making unwanted advances towards a security guard and attempting to grab his weapon. He was eventually deported to Russia. And that Jack Doherty is facing up to 7 years in prison after a controversial broadcast where he's charged with resisting arrest and possession of a controlled substance whilst filming a video. Brilliant. Look, I'm here for Johnny Somali to go down, quite frankly. I'm here for it. I can't wait. 3 years of hard labour? I hope so. I really hope so.